Hello and welcome to Mad For It. This is the boys on the road to Oasis live in 2025. With me, Adam, this is Tom, and where the hell is this guy?
Well, it's been just event after event with this guy. I have no idea anymore, I can't keep up.
Are we going to kick him out of the band?
Yeah, let's kick him out. Yeah, he's gone. We'll do a Zach Starkey.
Yeah, get a shot of him, get a shot. He's at three strikes and you're out?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is the first strike.
Farewell.
Yeah. See you, Josh.
Gone. Right, so we're now just 5 weeks
It's coming around
away
so quick.
from their first gig
Yeah.
in Cardiff.
Cardiff.
It is really coming around quick.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like the home straight now.
Yeah, I mean, we've done what, 34 of these?
We've done a lot.
Every
Thanks for
year.
sticking with us.
Yeah,
We've
maybe
done a
too
lot of
many.
these.
So hopefully those last you right up into the new year. You know, you fancy a bit of bread, but you're not, I don't want to Hovis.
Yeah, right, we'll class that as a win.
But yeah, it's really coming around. It's like Christmas, you know, it's like the countdown begins. There's even a website, I don't know if you've seen it, where you can select your date that you're going to go, and it's called the Oasis Countdown.
Yeah.
And it tells you how long there is. And
We should have done that.
yeah, we should.
What a great
Maybe
business idea.
millions of
Yeah,
that.
literally just all Amazon links to all their albums. Well, I thought this was a good juncture though to have a look at what we actually know so far.
Yes.
Because there's so many rumours that have been flying around about this
Every day.
tour right from the beginning. And actually, what do we know? What do we still not know? What are the unanswered questions about these huge gigs? Which it's kind of mad to me that we're this close to it and there's still like very key things not confirmed. Like we've sort of heard whispers about the rehearsals.
Yes.
And
Ooh, yes.
Where are we at with that?
Well, the rehearsals, they apparently kicked off very recently. We got our first picture of the 4 guys getting into their cars, minus Liam, because he's somewhere else, even though he lives in London and the others don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, it was good to sort of, it's interesting that it felt like a 90s thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're getting in their car for rehearsals. Like, no other band would get that treatment anymore. Like, oh, AC/DC, like they're coming out of the hotel. So it felt very 90s, felt very Britpop.
I love the idea of Liam not being there is like worthy of comment. It's just like they have to get the same car. If they're on the same car, they're not friends. Like as if they wouldn't just travel separately.
Yeah.
Cutting down on the cost.
Yeah, well, I guess they're just going to tune up until he gets there.
Yeah. He's walking. He's a bit healthier these days than he used to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, like rehearsals, we've not heard any massive dramas so far, but we've not heard very much at all, right?
But we have heard that obviously the Belster is in for good.
Yeah.
That was a bit unconfirmed for the last few weeks. Gem Archer's kind of always pretty much been confirmed.
Yeah.
Obviously Noel and Liam. And then you've got the drummer, whose name has just completely left me.
Joey Waronker.
Joey Waronker.
If that's how you pronounce it. Which I've got to say, I didn't know this guy's by name, but he's got a pretty impressive CV. Like the bands he's worked with, like he was working with REM.
Yes.
He was working with, I'll tell you, Roger Waters as well. I'll tell you one that really piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Liam Gallagher, John Squire.
That was
he
it.
He was the drummer on that album.
Yes.
And it got me thinking, oh, that's quite interesting.
There we go. Yeah, because you think of Noel's trouble with like bass players in the past and drummers in the past, you've got to get someone that's just going to be on the beat for like 28 dates or whatever, like no faff. And I think he's a jazz drummer, he's from California or something. And actually, the thing I found out about him today was that his dad was a violinist or something, and his dad was the inspiration for Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Really?
The name Simon comes from his dad's name, Simon.
No way.
So it's like, that is like industry guy.
His dad was so squeaky voiced. That's why. It's actually the voice.
So he wasn't just some guy from around the block that can put a kit together. He's
legit.
Yeah, I mean, I think he played with Tom York from Atoms for Peace with Flea and the kind of that band and stuff like that. So yeah, interesting stuff.
There was because I did have a little dive into his Wikipedia page, as you do, and there were like loads of albums on there. But sometimes I clicked through and it was like, oh, he was just doing like the snare on one track. There was a Paul McCartney one, so he piqued my interest immediately, and I think he's on one track.
Yeah.
So there's he worked with Nelly Furtado randomly, loads. So
he's
really spreading wings.
Apparently he played drums and contributed to the soundtrack for films, and one of them being Collateral. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
So it's like
back in the day.
Drummer from Collateral. It's like great. I actually love his work.
What a claim to fame!
What a cool thing.
And are we missing a band member here?
Who's that?
What about Bonehead?
Oh, Bonehead, yeah, sorry, yeah.
What about Bonehead?
Yeah, he was just so locked in for so long.
Yeah.
You can skip my mind. Yeah, good old Boney doing his thing. He's going to show up and show the boys how to do it. Which actually, as time goes on, it strikes me as more interesting that they need 3 guitarists and that Bonehead feels kind of like a novelty, Paul, because it seems surely it's Game Archer or Bonehead.
Well, my thinking though was, right, there's 4 other that aren't the brothers Gallagher, 2 for Liam, 2 for Noel, is how this is breaking down.
Like the camps.
Yeah, so Joey's Liam, worked together before.
Yeah.
Bonehead's obviously Liam, and then Gem Archer and the Belster are Noel. And I know they've worked with Liam a lot, but they feel more Noel vibe than they are Liam.
Yeah, a bit more serious about the music itself. It's not just the image.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it might be mitigation that it'll keep it together. No one will get outnumbered because you'll always have the 2 diehard Liam and the 2 diehard Noel fans.
I love that we have to think like this.
Yeah.
Because the papers have been like, well, they're just going to fight all the time. Like, they're brothers. They see each other every Christmas. They're probably around each other's house every week. Like, it's not as hardcore as...
Also, I love my train of thought is that, if Bonehead's there, they can't fall out.
You can't upset Bonehead.
Yeah.
That's just unfair.
Bonehead's just there for the ride, isn't he?
He's a good lad.
Guitar might not even be plugged in.
just do a Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
Never plugged in the whole time. Well, yeah, I mean, what about the Zach Starkey news? That was like, as far as people fired and the wrong people, because I think the Stark still would have wanted to be in this band. Right?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's been a bad couple of weeks for him.
Yeah.
Booted out the Who, and then I read something which was that he texted Noel Gallagher just, why? Which actually brought my heart a bit. It's like so sad.
I read today that he wasn't fired. Daltrey has said he retired from the band.
Well, Daltrey retired him, I think, is a slightly different way of...
I mean, this is a guy who, in his statement, said that the Who are doing the last ever tour of the band, currently only in America, I believe. Yeah. And he said, well, why not England? Why not Europe? Why not, do the whole gamut? And he said, well, it's just easier to get around in America. Yeah. He finds it hard to just get from city to city in the UK.
That's because they're flying private jet over there. Where's here? You're not going to fly private jet, are you, from like London to Birmingham for the next day show?
You Rolls Royce and you just sit on your ass. But
he doesn't travel by road.
No,
none of them do. But I think bad week for Zach. I mean, who's going to be texting next?
Yeah, Zach, you can be in our band. Now we've got rid of Josh, we need a new drummer.
Yeah, come and join us.
We don't know. Neither of us can play anything, and we don't have a band, but we're hopeful.
I just had visions of him like going down legendary bands. He's like, Jarvis Cocker. Any chance of any work? He's like, oh sorry mate, we've just finished the new album. So sorry, you'd have been a shoo-in, but no, we just finished it.
Well, the other one for news is, have you seen what the name of Robbie Williams' new album is called?
No.
Britpop. Do you know who is on one of the lead singles for Britpop, one of the single tracks?
Is it someone Oasis related?
It's a gentleman from this band.
No.
Yeah, Tommy Iommi, guitarist from
No way.
Black Sabbath. Yeah, apparently so.
On an album called Britpop?
Yeah. So he's just grasping at anything because he's gone for, I'm going to make an Oasis are back, I'm going to make Britpop.
Yeah.
Oh, but Black Sabbath are back, so I'll get Tommy Iommi in. It's just like, well, who else is back? Apparently, Mel B is talking about getting the girls back together. 30 years.
Oh yeah, but I thought that always failed because Victoria Beckham just like can't be arsed. Like she doesn't need the money, she doesn't need the profile.
So everyone's getting back together.
I wonder, and here's a prediction for you.
Go on.
Robbie Williams, obviously his massive stadium gigs are coming up. I think literally next week they start. What if he plays Oasis? Because he'll probably play a couple from the new album, like, oh, here's my new album, which is a terrible thing to do at a stadium concert.
Yes.
To debut what is probably going to be a bit of a ropey album.
Well, we haven't heard, but it could be pretty rocking as far as...
Yeah, well, it could be, but that could be his little section, like, we're going Britpop, and he just, like, bangs out Wonderwall.
Yeah. I wonder what that... Alright, we're going to have to do a deep dive into this before the podcast is through.
Yeah.
And find out what Robbie's up to on that, because I think he was at an award show or something last night, and won an award for something. Oh, so, I mean, he's back on the ladder, even if he's just trailing behind everyone else.
Yeah.
Please like me, please.
Yeah.
I am Britpop.
To be fair, I mean, take that, when they went away and came back, that sort of led the way for a big British 90s reunion coming back, right?
Yeah, I guess, just take that, biggest boys out there. The Morrisons theme tune. When I worked at Morrisons, I heard that fucking song so many times.
Do you reckon Gary Barlow's annoyed at Shine being the one everyone loves because he didn't sing it?
Didn't he not?
No, it's Mark Owen, isn't it? Doesn't sound anything like Barlow.
Alright, so I haven't got Barlow to hate for working at Morrisons and just hearing it every 6
And I think Mark Owen, my lack of knowledge would take that, but I think he might have written it as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it was sort of a bit like some of the Oasis albums where it's like, go on, Mark, you have a go. And then actually he ends up writing a banger, and it's like one of the best songs and most well known. So
yeah, that's the only take that song I know that's not from the 90s.
Barlow, fuming.
Barlow, there we are.
Well, I think we need to go on the questions that we don't know the answers to yet. Of which there are probably a lot more. I mean, even there we're saying we know the band. It's like, well, it's still not been confirmed.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Nothing at all. So, what are some questions that you still want to know the answer to?
Well, there's always a set list.
Yeah.
But I feel that because we're going to see them on July 30th.
Yes.
Which I believe is about 7th or 8th in the roster. I really don't want to see any footage of them before. I don't want to know what the set list is. Because I know Josh is quite good for this with set list FM and like, what do they play? Because, we discussed this before. Will they play the same thing every night? Will they twist it every night and throw a few, or just jangle it up? But I don't want to go into it being like, oh, they're going to open with Live Forever. And like, oh, they're going to end with Champagne Super. I want to go in just fresh as well. And I'm going to avoid all the little, like, from the 1000th row at the top videos of like, oh, let's Live Forever. Over there.
I mean, I do take your point, and it is better going in blind, especially when you don't know the songs anyway. Sometimes there's an artist where it's like, oh, they might chuck in curveballs, Oasis. They might chuck in a curveball. Sometimes it's like good to, I didn't really know that song or album so much, and they're playing loads from it. Yeah. But I think with Oasis, all I would really want to know is, are they changing the set list each night? That's the only thing where I'd be like, is it like, we might get this era, or we might get these couple of songs. Are they mixed up like there's a little 2-song section where they're changing every night or every city they're in or something like that? Yeah. I would like to know that. No, you're going to go completely blind.
And like I said before, I don't even like it when Liam announces the song before the song starts. Because I want to hear Champagne Supernova before I told it's coming. That's way more fun, right? Just hearing the riff of Morning Glory. Yeah. Like, oh, Morning Glory, rather than him going like, this one's Morning Glory, and you're like, great, I'll wait for it to start.
The other good thing about knowing the set list though is knowing when you go for a week. That's it. Bar, back.
Yeah, but it's got to be like a strong first 5.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of maybe 2 or 3 slow ones so they can catch their breath.
Yeah.
Something a bit saggy that no one really cares about. Yeah. Or a hit just after the slow ones. And then like a power 5 at the end. Yeah. Or power 10 in these guys' case, isn't it? They're just going to...
You can't have 10 power songs in a row.
But I mean, just hits.
Yeah,
just Don't Look Back in Anger, Champagne Supernova, Live Forever, Yeah, so that's what I want to know, really.
Well, I've decided I am going to look at the set list.
Okay.
And I'm going to look down until I see the word Lila, and then I'll know when to go for a wee, and then that's fine. Don't even know the rest of it, probably know what's coming.
We've said it before, you and I and that young man that sits there are going to be dancing around to that song just as much as all the other ones.
No,
Hey, love. You're going to love it, mate. When you've had a few pints...
I'll be at the bar getting more £9 pints at Wembley.
Talking of £9 pints, what about merch at the thing? It's not exciting. It's not much news, but are we going to get like tea towels and all this stuff, or what can we expect as far as like merchandising? Just get the money.
Well, I think the price of merch is like really escalates. Kind of in the same way gig tickets have well. Like you will see like hoodie 80 quid now, like t-shirt 45 quid, and you're like, God, it is only like a £2 t-shirt. Yeah. It's mad, It's not like designer, like your lovely, pretty green checky shirt that you're wearing.
Thank you.
But like, you're not paying for a label. You're paying for like a Fruit of the Loom t-shirt with like some screen printing on it. That's all you're getting. But I would think 45 quid, maybe 50 quid for a t-shirt.
I'm curious as to know what in the bundle, when people brought the special 500 quid bundle, what they got, like a keyring and a sticker.
You just get a lanyard.
That's one thing. I wonder if they got like a tour t-shirt, if that tour t-shirt exists.
No way.
Maybe it hasn't been released yet because we haven't actually got the tickets themselves yet.
No way they're giving away t-shirts when...
In the bundle, you pay for it.
Yeah, but to them it is a giveaway. You're going to get like really low value items. Oasis mustache comb. That's the sort of thing you're going to get.
The screwdriver set.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then they take them off you as you go into Wembley. You can't have them in here. It's a weapon.
Yeah, it's too dangerous, mate. Yeah.
I would like to know if there'd be like rogue merch though, because like an Oasis tea towel. They probably would charge, I'd say, about 20 quid for that.
Well, I hope outside there'll be merch.
Or like rogue traders. Well, why not? Like, but not like just like
the TV program.
No, not the TV program. No, I mean like just people who go and like make their own shirts and then just sell them from the street.
I mean, outside.
Yeah. Not like official merch.
No, those are the best shirts. I always used to like specifically buy those shirts because it was like £8 for a shirt, and it's worth £4.
Well, you may have seen my Sum 41 t-shirt in a previous episode, which was bought for a tenner after the gig.
Ah, that's what you want.
Yeah, and I'm sure inside they were probably 40-50 quid.
Yeah.
I'm sure before the gig those not rogue traders, just entrepreneurial gentlemen were selling them for like 25-30, and then obviously at the end they're like, well, what the hell are we going to do with 200 Sum 41 t-shirts when this is their last day of the tour and they're disbanding and they're not coming back round? Tell you what you can get for them. So 10 quid was a bargain.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is with like, I think the official merch is more likely to have rogue items in it than the people outside, because they're just going to sell what sells. T-shirts, hoodies, that's all people want.
It's going to be that print on the t-shirt.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Whereas the official merch, maybe they've got to think outside the box. I don't think they'll have bloody Funko Pop figures, but they're going to have some. They're going to have some like different stuff.
Well, Pretty Green is. I think someone's just re-released some stuff from Pretty Green.
Yeah.
Like is it the Nebworth one? The sort of the jacket with the red stripe. I'll put it up. But someone's just like repushed that now, so that's something.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that will be part of it, which would be really funny because obviously you go to a gig and you wear the t-shirt of the band that you just bought at the gig.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if people can buy parkas, which we kind of suggested at one point.
Yeah.
If there's just going to be like a sea of the exact same parka.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be like clones of Liam the whole time.
But I don't think Noel will let him sell Pretty Green stuff, because that Liam's raking all the money in then.
That's true.
Unless they promise to go like 50-50 on the profits, which it's Liam's brand.
I wonder how much of this he got.
Yeah. But like, what else could there be? Tea towels is a good show, because also it needs to be soft to take in there.
Yeah,
you're not going to get like water bottles.
I think the worst thing you can buy at a gig before the gig is a vinyl. I think vinyl.
Oh,
you can put the 2 disc, definitely maybe 85 quid vinyl.
Yeah.
And people are just in the pit with like a vinyl.
Yeah, getting smashed a bit.
Yeah.
I find that at festivals though, sometimes you'll see like, oh, they got a vinyl tent, and you like go in, it's like, oh, this is cool. You're like, what am I going to do with this all day?
Yeah.
Like, if it was open at the end, maybe you could, but like, obviously it isn't, because they shut up when the main band comes on, or, you know.
Yeah. When are the main band going to come on?
Well, so again, it's another unanswered question, but I did look online, and there was a website which didn't have, I don't think it's confirmed information, but this was what they were surmising, which is doors are open at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. They said support acts would start at 6, and then Oasis on at 8:15.
No, what? No way. Half an hour to get everyone in?
No, an hour. Doors at 5, support at 6.
Oh, right, yeah. All right.
And also I think, especially us going on a weeknight, that there are going to be a lot of people from work. Obviously we'll be up there as early as possible, I think 6 o'clock support. I just thought Oasis a bit early at 8:15.
Well, that could mean that they do a longer set.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you've got to push the 1.5 hour. You've got to get to a 2 hour set, right? You've got to get your money's worth. But yeah, I mean, that means casts are on at 6 o'clock for half an hour. That sounds like really weird.
Well, I even got thinking about like, how long will they play? I sort of thought half an hour a cast, 45 Ashcroft is about right.
Yeah.
And then what, half an hour, 45-minute gap before Oasis come on?
Yeah, depends how much gear there is and how much changeover there is. I mean, if we're seeing them on like the 4th Wembley gig, so that they might have it down pat where they can just pull stuff in and shift it around.
Yeah.
But yeah, they want to make us wait, don't they? They made us wait this long.
Yeah.
Another half an hour ain't going to kill, is it? Yeah.
But again, is that something you would look at beforehand to like know when?
Nah.
Because what if they say like cast on at 5:15? Are you going to be busting the gut to get there for cast, or are you going to go like, that's fine?
Nah, it's alright. Well, we'll be there for the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're not going to skip anything. If they say doors are... I thought it might be kind of a late afternoon festival-y kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Because what about people like Taylor Swift and people like Blur? Did it just, doors are at 2, you mull around for 3 hours, get some merch, get some beers, get pissed. Then it's kind of opens up a bit.
Well, Taylor Swift, I don't think had a... Oh, she did have a spot because it was Paramore, wasn't it? I was going to say, because Beyonce, one of those like big pop acts don't even bother with a support act.
Right.
A bit like, I think Elton John doesn't bother. Or didn't bother, because I know he's retired now. But like those super big bands. But you're right, it's more like to make a day of it. Like, could they have had a third support? And then started it at 2 o'clock, and it's like the band comes on at like 4 or something like that.
100%. But then are they thinking of the working man who needs to get off work at 5:30 and get to the gig for 6:30? Or are they just like, well, whatever.
Well, I don't know, when I saw Foo Fighters donkeys years ago, Manchester City football ground, I'm sure they definitely had two supports because it was the Manics and then the Futureheads, which dates the gig somewhat, as much as I love them. And maybe there was another band before that, just like a local band where it's just like, we're just giving them a shot. And like, what a nice, they could have done that, and then it made a day of it, because I remember that gig, we were there in at like 3-4 o'clock. We were there, we had to go to Manchester from home, but it was like I made a day of it. It was like a day fest.
I think it would be kind of weird going to a gig, because we go to gigs on weeknights now that are just 7 till 11 done.
Yeah.
So I think it would be kind of weird to see Oasis just in a cram it into a 4-hour thing. Get out. But I haven't really thought about it like that.
Yeah, I think when they come on, because they probably want to wrap the gigs up at 10:30 for somewhere like Wembley rather than 11, because just to let everyone get away, because it takes an hour plus to get away, which then probably does mean they probably would be coming on at 8:45, I would say. I reckon they'll do about an hour 45.
Yeah, I think, Yeah.
But that's unconfirmed. It's unanswered.
Yes.
It's yet another unanswered question.
Another unanswered question that's not been answered.
But yeah, we mentioned the supports, Ashcroft and Cass.
Yeah.
And I mean, I admire the bravado of this, but to get that slot, Ashcroft just messaged Nolan, was like, "Yeah, you need me in. I need to be part of this."
He was right though, wasn't he?
He is, and he's sort of, and I know we discussed this right in one of our very first episodes about the support. He is sort of perfect for what Oasis want in that. He's obviously amazing, has some really good bangers, but he's no threat to them. He's never ever going to upstage them.
No, he's a hype man.
Yeah.
He's the greatest hype man for Oasis. He's not Oasis, but he's very close to Oasis, and everyone in Oasis' sphere know exactly who he is. You know at least the 2 or 3 tunes.
Yeah, exactly.
The big ones.
And then Cast are the hype man for Ashcroft.
Cast is still a weird one, to be honest. And I put that album on again the other day, one of them. Was it called Something Changed or something? I'll put it up, but where they're standing on top of.
Yeah, the famous one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one everyone knows.
And it starts, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I really like this.
Yeah.
And then as it goes on, I'm like, I'm kind of tired of this.
Yeah.
So, maybe that'll be the same thing live. Who knows? But Ashcroft's got a new single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not heard it yet.
I saw a teaser for it, but I didn't know if maybe it's out by the time this goes out. But that's pretty ballsy. It's just
Well, I mean, you think that what they're going to play to more than 1 million people.
Yeah.
What a great chance to get his Spotify players and vinyl sales up for whatever this new album is.
Well, you got him, and then you got Pulp, obviously. They just put out the second single from the new album.
I've not heard that either.
Yeah.
The album's out next week though. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it. I wasn't crazy about the second single, but I need to give it another listen.
Yeah.
I'm on the team.
Spike Harlan was a bit of a grow up for me. First time I heard it, I was like, oh okay. Maybe it's just hearing new music from a band who haven't done music in a while, which is probably what Oasis will be like.
Yeah.
It'll be like, oh, it's like Liam singing, or maybe a bit of Nolan, and you're like, oh, I don't know this at all. It's kind of jarring when it's brand new to you.
Yeah, I'm excited for it though. I think, and it kind of to your point as well that you said a few weeks ago that Oasis won't do new music now, but if they're going to do it, the only time to do it is after this tour.
Yeah.
In launch of another tour.
Oh yeah.
Despite obviously the management coming out saying this is it, one and done.
Yeah.
And Liam said, oh actually no, it's not one and done.
Yeah.
This is what the news is like every day.
Yeah.
What was the thing you just looked up?
It's just misinformation, isn't it?
The Manchester News thing. What was that?
Oh, that was about Zach Starkey.
Oh, it wasn't about Oasis, right? Okay.
Well, it was because he wanted to be in it.
Oh, sorry.
Why?
Right.
Why? Just why?
Right, we're talking about unanswered questions. I think this has been a really good one. We've gone through a lot of where we are, what we expect, what could happen, what we know. Obviously, this is all going to change in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
More texts come out on the rehearsals, things like this. I've got one question for you.
Yeah.
What are you going to wear? How are you going to bring this to life for us?
Probably not a Black Sabbath t-shirt, but I have...
You're a Robbie Williams fan, right?
He must have too much. In fact, when he plays in London next week, why don't I go and buy one outside the ground after the gig? I'll get there about 10:30.
Yeah.
I'll buy some hooky t-shirt from outside and I'll wear that.
That's the challenge. That's Adam's challenge.
Maybe I'll wear that, yeah. The only other bit of merch I have my eye on is there's just a shirt with the Oasis logo, but it's baby blue.
It's just like my lasagna one.
Yes, yeah. It's that sort of lovely shade.
Man City blue.
And I thought, that's I didn't think of the football connotations, but I thought that's nicer than obviously they're black logo and everything's black and white. But I thought, there's a bit of colour injected into that.
Nice. Shorts and a bucket hat.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, of course. I'll be wearing this one, so and I'll be probably wearing these shorts that you can't see because they're behind the bar on the set. But yeah, it's got to be short, hasn't it?
It's got to be shorts.
Got to be short.
Yeah, 'cause it's going to be miserable, but there we are.
And what are you going to wear?
Well, I think I'll wear.
What's happening to this podcast? And what are you going to wear? I don't want to clash.
Yeah, how are you going to paint your nails? I'm going to wear a lasagna shirt, I think, just to get everyone on side every time.
So that is baby blue then. So I wonder if there's a different colour I can paint.
Of lasagna?
No, the Oasis one.
Yeah, you can get them on anything.
Maybe this purple.
Actually, I've got people messaging me from TikTok being like, where do you get your shirt from?
No.
I'm not making commissions off this. I should start making my own. I'll make you one.
I just love lasagna.
85 quid if you want it. Yeah, that's it. But I also got, we haven't debuted it yet, but I got this off eBay, this pretty green flannel shirt. And I also got a Paisley 60s thing for a bit of a laugh.
Nice.
Because I'm getting into my middle-aged man phase.
Yeah.
I can wear sort of dishy shirts that are a bit stupid and funky. And maybe I could wear that and just go full psychedelia with it. But I don't know, time will tell.
Oh, you could wear those shirts, like the music video where they're like 3 sizes too big.
Yeah.
Just going like drowning in this like 4XL shirt.
Yeah, that's not a bad job.
Yeah, and it'd probably keep you warm. If it does rain, you can use it as like a little tent above your head.
For everyone in the crowd.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I think in conclusion, we basically know nothing.
Nothing at all.
Even now.
5 weeks away. 5 weeks.
Long-standing ticket holders, we don't know when they're coming on. We've got no inkling of what they'll play.
No press conference either, which is still surprising to me.
Yeah.
The grandiose of the you sit behind a table and the press go at them and I thought they'd love all that.
Maybe they're saving it for when they're at a football ground and they'll have the sponsors logos behind. It'd be like Pretty Green, Oasis the drink.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Funko Pop, they'll all be there behind, all the big sponsors.
Yeah.
But it is kind of stranger in the dark, but is that adding to the allure of it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a bomb, right? It's just going to drop at once and you're going to have to scramble for like information rather than just... Yeah, I mean, imagine if the set leaked today, it would just be boring, wouldn't it?
Drops like a bomb, with love like a bomb.
Love like a bomb, there we go. That's it, mate. Smashed it.
Right, well, I think we've tried our best there to go through what we know and what we don't know.
And try and update people and just keep everyone in the loop. Maybe you don't know, maybe you're not chasing the news every day.
Yeah.
This is where we are today. Nothing.
Well,
something.
Well, we know Starkey out. We know Bonehead in. Gem, Belster in, and new guy, new blood.
Joey Walker.
Fresh transfer.
Yes, fresh from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah. Friends in high places. But we sort of getting that side of it, but
we are excited.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
and I think not knowing is adding to my excitement.
Yeah, it's a Christmas present kind of deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, and not knowing where Josh is has been really good as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think we can expect to have him back next week, so for any of the Josh fans out there, hang on.
If anyone's missing Josh, please leave a comment, because he'll appreciate that from himself. He'll love to read that. But yeah, I think that wraps us up for this episode. Right, we're counting down now. 5 weeks to go. Next week, it's basically a month now to the first gig.
Yeah.
I know we've got to wait for another month, basically, or another 4 weeks.
But we can be reports as things come in. And we'll be on the scene.
And once it's out, it's just going to flood out, and it's going to be impossible for you to not look at the set list.
Yes.
But also, just to be aware.
Throw my phone in a ditch.
Yeah. We'll do an episode on it. You'll just sit there with your hands in your ears, not listening.
My Pretty Green headphones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for watching. It's been a great app, and very much looking forward to the concerts this summer. If you want to follow us on our social media profiles, they're on screen now, or they're in the description if you're listening on Spotify. So please listen to us there. You can follow us on the go as well. And yeah, we'll be back next week, hopefully with the missing man.
Yeah,
as well. Right, catch you then. Mad for it.
Mad for it.